All right, so you can send your emails to Jesse and Jenna's messypodcast@gmail.com.
Woohoo!
We'll do our best to, I'm not going to say answer.
Well, we answer.
Have input on what you write us.
Publicly acknowledge that you've written us an email.
Yes, we're going to publicly acknowledge that you have sent us an email. So let's just dive right into this one. This one's subject is I hate my BF's mom.
Whoa.
Hate my boyfriend's mom. I'm sure not the only one out there.
In-laws. Here we go. Monster-in-law.
Oh my God, it's so funny because literally the first 3 words are here we go. ... My boyfriend's mom constantly talks about his ex-girlfriends.
Oh no.
She praises their beauty, charm, and achievements, tags them in posts on Facebook, and always loves their updates and photos. She ignores mine, in brackets. She makes sure both my boyfriend and I are informed on a daily basis about his exes and their well-being. And the latest garnish on this monster cocktail, instead of congratulating me on my recent accomplishments, she asked me to help find his ex-girlfriend jobs at my company.
Oh.
My boyfriend is an only child.
Okay.
She is a single mother who took his moving out and moving in with me very emotionally, even though he is in his mid-20s. I'm not a complete monster, so we agreed to spend weekends with her to keep the peace. Whoa. My boyfriend's been very vocal, insisting she'd stop talking about his exes in front of us, but she reacted by hiring a private detective
Oh my God.
to find dirt on me and my family.
Oh dear.
I'm desperate. I love him, but enough is enough. This is starting to sound like a made-for-TV movie, and I'm beyond over it. What do I do? Thanks, Terri.
Wow, Terri.
Oh my God, Terri, I am so sorry you have to go through this.
Yeah, well, at first I wanted to, I wish we could hear from the mom because this mom obviously liked some of the exes. So what is it about Terri that she hates so much?
There's no excuse for her mom's behavior.
No, there's not. The mom's overbearing.
Mom's
she needs to butt out. But I'm saying if this mom, it's not like she hates every girl that comes along. There's something about Mary, something about Terri that she's really not liking.
Or maybe she's just not a nice woman.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? There's sometimes certain women, like I bet you if Terri talked to the other exes that when they were with him, she was awful to them too.
It could be. Sometimes it takes moms a long time to warm up. It happened to me when my boyfriend I was with for a long, long time. It took probably a year before she finally adopted him into the family. She was very resistant for a while. And my brothers and sisters have had the same experience. Mm-hmm. It's like they've got to earn their dues before mama will accept them.
I think you're giving mom too much power.
Maybe.
By caving in and spending the weekends at her house because she's upset that her
grown-ass
son moved out.
Yeah, that's the detective too.
Beyond crazy.
Yeah.
There is lines, Karen.
Yeah. Is her name Karen? Oh,
no.
Probably.
I just made that, yeah.
Yeah.
There are lines. And honestly, you know what? If you have the extra cash, turn it around and send a private investigator on her ass and a really shitty one so that she knows someone's following them around. And then maybe she'll know how it feels to be fucking stalked.
That's crazy.
I'm mad.
You remember how last week we were telling the girl to move on with your life? This mom needs to do the same thing. Let your boyfriend or your boy, he's not your boyfriend, he's your boy.
And you're acting like he is. Yeah. You're acting like a crazy ex-wife, not a mom.
Yeah.
This is nuts beyond belief.
Gosh, it's so hard. It's not hard for us to weigh in because we're doing it. But if I was a parent, I feel like I would be very sensitive about your baby, I'm trying to give the mom a little bit of credit here because I feel like I would be like, you're not good enough for my child.
When your child is about to move in with a significant other, that means it's serious, which means that they are potentially going to get married. So are you going to fight something that you're never going to win?
Well, that's it. And oftentimes when parents are against a relationship, it only makes them stronger.
Right. And he's an only child and she's a single mother. I get the attachment. But don't you want a daughter?
Yeah.
Why not welcome this young lady? Why not welcome Terri into your life and develop your own relationship with her?
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe this past ex was almost at daughter status and then they broke up for whatever reason and the mom's not over it.
I've always said this. The hardest part about breaking up in relationships where you've been together for a long time is that you don't just break up with that person. You have to break up with their family as well.
Yeah.
But you do have to. It gets to a certain point where you do, out of respect for everybody, including them, their significant other, yourself, and your significant other, you have to cut the umbilical cord.
Well, and it can cause weird strains. All of a sudden you find out your ex is hanging out with your sister. It's
I think this brings up an interesting question though beyond this. Your issue, Terri, is I don't even know what to do other than charge her with stalking. Seriously, I would have ran the other way so long ago, or at least like gotten into close to physical blows with this mother.
Yeah. Is a private detective stalking?
Well, when there's
Like, are they
no
legal?
absolutely no
It's an
reason.
invasion of privacy.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah.
They're not, I don't think they're illegal, but that's
It's
annoying.
unnecessary.
And I would hire one and turn it on her just so she knows how it feels.
Yeah, creepy.
Could you imagine someone following you?
Yeah, I love that you said a shitty one, so that it's obvious.
Right, a shitty one so that's really
Behind the bush.
hire me and
Yeah.
Jesse.
I'll even bring my newspaper with the eye holes cut out. Yeah, that I'm gonna bring on my date with Jenna.
But I think this poses a really interesting question when it comes to relationships. No matter how much you love somebody, sorry, Moo just fell off the
Wasn't
chair.
that scared me?
Cat just fell off the chair. Oh, hey, buddy.
But when is it enough? Like, when is enough enough? Love can only do so much. When it's really
That
hard.
sounds like a song. Love can only do.
It's really hard
so
for me
much.
to put this into like. What I'm trying to say is love is there, but when is the outside circumstances, the environment, just enough that love isn't enough? Does that make sense?
Love is there, but when are the outside? Yeah, yeah.
But when does it get
But-
to a point that love's not enough to go through this shit all the time?
Well, that's what she needs to say to the boyfriend. I
Right.
think you need to say, "Look, I like you and everything, but you got to control your mother
Right.
because
Maybe stop spending weekends with the mom.
that's a
I
first
think
step,
that's
yeah.
the first step for sure because you give her
I'm
too much
taking
power.
your boy away for a little while. Bye-bye.
You know, and when you say because of the circumstances, I cannot live like this, not just even on weekends. We're going to take a step back. And until you can grow up and you can accept me for who I am and our relationship, then we're going to take a lot of time away from you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's permanent and we're cutting you off for life. It's just you need to now earn our respect back. And then the more respect you earn, the more time we'll spend with you.
It is totally an empty nest situation. That's what's happening here. The mom doesn't know how to let go that her little boy is all grown up now.
So that's a her problem.
It is a her problem.
Not a Terri and boyfriend problem.
No, but there is still something about why this mom liked the last girl. Or is this just what Terri thinks? But maybe the last girl, like you said, had a horrible experience.
That's what I mean. Unless you sit down, maybe you do need to get together with the exes. If this is a Hallmark movie,
Yeah.
you need to talk to the exes because maybe maybe this mom has tried to kill them before.
Yeah. Jenna can even write the soundtrack.
Right? Maybe. And love is love in the environment. And when is too much love enough?
I don't know.
But you know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Like, maybe these exes left for another reason that you're not aware of. Maybe she's legit serial killer styles crazy.
Yeah, she could be not.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's a whole other thing we didn't even factor in, the mental health. This mom could be schizo.
Yeah, you need to do some digging. Or she could also be going through menopause, which is why she's acting extra crazy. I remember when my mom went through menopause and she was batshit.
Oh, yeah?
I love you, Marta, but
Was she?
oh, yeah, it makes me very nervous
Oh, makes me nervous.
for when I go through Oh, you're still going to be with me when I'm menopausal?
No, we'll see.
Corona
doesn't take us out.
Yeah. But, you know, I think you need to do your own investigating.
You know what's interesting is that Terri didn't say anything about what the boyfriend thinks.
Well, she said that my boyfriend, he's been very vocal.
Oh, he
Yeah.
has.
Insisting
Oh.
she stop talking
Oh,
about his
okay.
exes in front of us. But the thing is
So
you
he's
can,
he's on Terry's side.
yeah, you can sit there and say, Mom, stop, but it's still your mom and she's not going to listen to you. I think in this case, actions are going to speak louder than words. I think you need to completely cut her off and tell her, Judy, we're not going to be in your lives until you know how to act right.
I thought it was Karen.
Karen.
You're right, and I think that needs to come from the boyfriend because she's
Or both of them together
she's
because they
cock-blocking.
need to show a team. They need
Yeah,
to
they
be
need-
together.
But like that is downright rude. I just went there when you were talking and like if I was sitting in a living room with a new boyfriend and the mom is literally talking about an ex right in front of my face, you can't get any ruder than that.
And then turns around and asks you to find a job for the exes at your work?
That's so rude.
Suck it easy, Mom.
Yeah. I forgot about that term. Suck it easy.
You know, even if my mom came up to me and was like, hey, can you find your ex-boyfriend a job at your job? I'd be like, fuck off, no.
No.
Tell them to go find their... And if they're so magical and wonderful, why can't they find their own jobs on their own?
Well, we're magical and wonderful and we had a hard time too.
That's
so
true.
that doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. I take it back.
But yeah, I'm glad that our moms are cool because
Right?
like imagine having a mom like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Like I said, my mom was tough. She's, calmed down in her old age, as they do, as you do. But she didn't like my boyfriend at first.
Yeah. But really tell yourself, I think everybody needs to ask themselves questions before they speak. Is this really the right thing to say? I don't know. I always am so concerned about making other people feel awkward or putting them out or uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would never mention anyone's ex in front of their current boyfriend. Like if I was talking and we were sitting here with your ex and you were dating someone new, I would never talk about that person in front of your ex.
No, and you're not even my mom. You're just a friend.
And vice versa.
Yeah,
if you're dating someone new, I'd be like, oh, well, your ex. Like, no, it's weird. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would be. It's inappropriate.
Yeah. You have every right to be mad.
You do, Terry.
And I think you need to cut this mother off. Cut the mother off, your boyfriend. And if your boyfriend says, I can't cut her off, she's my mom, go, it's not permanent. Mm-hmm. We just need to step back and she needs to regain respect and regain,
It's like when a toddler
trust.
is crying in the crib and they don't stop. Sometimes you just got to let them cry.
Right.
And then they realize their crying isn't working.
And go,
and
Karen, you have a choice. You can either accept us and spend time with us and have family dinners with us.
Yeah.
Or you cannot accept us and have no contact with us.
Yeah.
Take your pick,
poison,
Karen. Those Karens, I tell you.
Now, John, you're married. Have you ever had a problem with your in-laws at the beginning? How long have you been married?
It'll be 24 years this June.
So at the beginning, think way back.
No, my parents had a bit of an issue with Sue, but that was just...
Because she's a redhead. Ginger.
No, it was because I still had two young brothers in the house, and I was having girls over when I shouldn't be having girls over. And it was sit down and go like, look, guys, you need to understand that I don't think she's going anywhere.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I really think this is the one. And once they heard that, they turned around very, very quickly. And it had nothing to do with her. It was just sort of, why is this person in the house? Once they got to know her, I mean,
Yeah.
she's pretty
great.
cool.
But
no, I got along with her in-laws right away, so I'm not a good example of that.
I just don't understand, unless this person is like physically abusive or like such a bad influence that your child is becoming a horrible person. Like if they're good people, why is it any of your fucking business?
I mean, the things we could say to the mom, are infinite.
Right, like you should be
but
happy.
Mom didn't write the email.
But she should be happy that she has someone like Terri. I don't know a lot about her, but like you, that's there to take care of her son and love him unconditionally, because I wouldn't have put up with this shit for very long.
No, yeah. It's just a classic case of this mom has some issues to sort out where like she's jealous of this new girl, but you're the mom, you're not the girlfriend. And maybe she's one of these moms that does everything. She probably still does his laundry and cooks his lunches. And so she feels like she's losing that part of herself.
I think you need to ask your boyfriend to start cutting the umbilical cord.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
the two, you need to sit down with the mom and just say, look, that's not acceptable. And
Play her this recording.
Right.
She ain't going anywhere, Mom, so you better get on board.
Yeah, like
That's
tell
got to come from the boyfriend.
Tell the mom to go like volunteer or something. Take all that love.
Volunteer, Karen.
Well, take
go
all
to the
that
bingo.
love she has for her son and just like
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
deflect it somewhere else.
Get a dog.
The ex is an ex for a reason. I wasn't dating the ex to make you happy, Mom. I was dating the ex to make me happy, and she didn't, so she's gone.
Yeah.
Get her a pet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that might be a good idea.
dog, yeah.
No, get her cat.
Get her a
She sounds like a
grandkid.
cat.
That'll go well.
Well, maybe it would.
Well,
maybe
who knows?
that would be the thing that would change her mind, and now
Maybe.
she'd accept
Maybe.
Terry because
That's
Terry
a
gave her a
horrible
baby.
reason to have a kid.
No, I know
well,
it is.
I
I
know.
know, but you know what? Your story is interesting, John, because you still had to tell your parents in your own way. It wasn't as severe as this, but you had to say, "Look, Sue's not going anywhere," and then they stopped. So you still had to tell them.
But again, it was more out of the situation. I had two younger brothers in the house, and they didn't like that. Sue was over. We were upstairs.
Oh, it's because you're loud. They can't stand John screaming through the walls. Oh,
Ew,
Sue,
Jeffy,
harder.
Stop.
My young impressionable brothers who were in university because they had nothing going on in their life.
Right.
So impressionable.
No.
But I think Terri, sit down and have that conversation with your husband or boyfriend too, all three of you, and go, this is getting out of hand. Like the fact I think she does need to hear this, because the fact that this woman doesn't know that hiring a private investigator on someone
Cross the
isn't
line.
fucking psycho.
that's right.
Cross the line.
It's so beyond psycho, it's not even funny.
Yep. Karen, we're going to set some boundaries now. Here's how it's going to be.
Back off. Like, did you ever, I wonder too, if your boyfriend's ever said she's going to be around for a long time. Maybe she just needs to hear that. Because right now she does not too sure. And, you know, in your mid-20s, you move in with significant others, like, because you're saving money.
Yes. Yeah.
And you don't have to be quiet when you're banging in your mom's house.
Yeah. I just want to know why this mom thinks that she even has a business dictating her son's dating
Because
life.
for some reason, parents feel like they own their children. And yes, you kind of do, but not to that extent.
Yeah. No, and not past age 20.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, if
you've got expectations.
You do.
You know, that you have for your son, your daughter. You know, and if this person in your mind is not living up to the expectations you had, then it's not good enough for my kid. Blah 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 blah. You need to get over that. Your kid's an adult now and is going to make their own choices.
It never goes the way you plan it.
No.
That's why a lot of parents of gay children are upset. They've told me it's not because they have a problem with gays. It's because they just didn't imagine their kid's life going this way, and it's kind of derailed their whole like, oh, I'm going to have grandchildren, and that's what my mom's issue was. And then once she kind of let that go, now she loves that I'm gay.
And at the end of the day, all any parent wants,
happy and healthy.
right?
Yeah.
And you cannot control what your future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your future is out of your hands. You just have to be accepting and welcoming, and like, you just can't control what other people do with their future.
And what if mom drives Terry away and the next girlfriend's even worse? Then what?
Oh, yeah, Mom. You could have an even worse.
Yes.
Count your blessings.
Exactly. He could be gay.
He could be gay.
Aw.
Or it could not matter in 2 weeks when coronavirus kills everybody. So, you know what, Mom? Just live and let live.
Right.
What a happy note.
Terri, I'm so sorry you're going through that, though. Our hearts go out to you. And if you want to hire
Stand
a
up
private,
for yourself, Terry.
and if you, yes, stand your ground, back the fuck off. You should not have given her those weekends either. She doesn't deserve it.
Yep.
Tell her she can get them back if she earns them. Put her on a point system like you do with little kids.
Yeah.
Every time you do something good, I'll give you a star.
Sorry, Mom, we can't visit you this weekend. We're going to an S&M club.
Right.
See how Mom starts to react to that kind of
We
thing.
have to go pick up our custom-made whips in
Wherever. I think that, oh, I lost it.
Right. But I just think you need to, like, you know, pee on your territory sort of deal.
Nice.
And you really need to get your boyfriend on board because, and if not, ask yourself, is this love worth going through this?
Yeah, because there's other guys out there.
Right. That's why I say, is love enough?
Sometimes it's not. And you get older and you realize this is the problem. When we're raised with Disney movies, they teach you happily ever after is the only thing that matters. And it's not enough a lot of the time.
Right.
Good point, Jenna.
Right.
I think this might be the most cut and dry letter we've had because, you know, it's like there's nothing else we can say.
No, other than we're sorry, Terri. And if you want to hire us as private investigators, we will make sure she sees us stalking them or stalking her. Jesse and Jenna's Messy Podcast at gmail.com. We might even do it for free.
Cheers. Or at least for wine.
Drink it.